Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for AEW Spark in 3, 2, 1. All Elite Wrestling discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
I'm trying to find.
We may have to do a retake because I counted it down.
No. Just keep it playing. Keep it playing, bro.
Okay, I'll keep this playing.
You don't need to do no damn retake. I'm just letting everything go. I'm buffering right now.
Well, yeah. First video with my new haircut. My hair's not mad long. My beard's not growing out. Oh. I hope this doesn't get copyrighted. So.
That's not even a fucking. That's not an actual day to get a copyright for. Why is she sucking on the puzzle piece?
This is the.
Alright, bro. Anyways, welcome everybody to
That was the weirdest way you ever started. You didn't even have a code open ready this time. Like, you just...
No, bro. No, bro. Because, like...
You had nothing prepared. Like, this is the first time you've been... Usually you have something prepared, like some smart-ass thing you're going to say. This time you had nothing. Like...
I just realized what I just watched, bro.
In all fairness, we do so many episodes of Spark. You can't come up with a code open every week, I guess. So
if you want a code open, just watch fucking Inside. You'll be fine.
I got a haircut. You know, that's good. You know,
this nigga look like a school shooter, bro. I swear to God.
Oh no, that's not good either. Because I don't go to school anymore. I graduated college and everything. So it's like, you know.
This is gonna blow up a homeless shelter.
Oh damn!
With that haircut, bro. It looks like his favorite flavor of water is freaking water.
Well, I am drinking water right now, so that's good. Hey, though, if I
stay hydrated, bro.
If I blow up a homeless shelter, though, it would make him find a home faster, though. So that's good. Like.
They ain't gonna get no fucking home out of that shit. The only home. The only home they got is the pavements.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they'd have to go find other homeless shelters. So.
That guy who blew up the whole. Weren't you from that one homeless shelter that like somehow disappeared? Yeah, man.
Yeah, it disappeared. Alright, it got blown up by Owen the Birdman Finch because you know.
Motherfucker did a shooting star place and the shit blows up.
Motherfucker
did a styles clash on the freaking record.
That is my finisher in WIW, so there you go. But yeah, we're covering Spark this week. I think we're kind of bullshitting because this is going to be one of the shortest episodes of Spark. We've had short episodes before, obviously, but this will be the shortest ones that we do together. Once I say that, this is going to end up going like the same amount of time just because we bullshit so much, but... We're only covering 2 shows this week because we already covered Dynamite this week because we did it in the crossover with WWE Aftershock when we covered, Title Tuesday 2 and NXT. And NXT didn't have a special name, but we're only covering Rampage and Collision from last week.
Backstage for that NXT episode, they labeled it past NXT Mania.
Okay, yeah, it's fair. So, you know. Like we said, you try to go up against WWE. You found out the hard way how that works out for you. But anyhow,
this is why Tuesday is not your night, bro.
No, it's not. It was at one point. I don't know why, because they kicked. Because when they did the Wednesday Night Wars, I think AEW won every time except like 4 times. I don't know what happened. I guess NXT was just like, yeah, you ain't beating us again. So.
You're like, oh hell no, we already know what you're doing here. Fuck out!
I don't think I don't think Tony Khan's moving to Tuesdays ever again. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna cover Rampage and Collision. And again, because you don't watch Rampage, I usually cover that fairly quick. So this is gonna be a fairly quick episode of Spark because we only.
I got a funny story about Rampage, right? So basically,
Oh
no. So I didn't watch Rampage, but the guys I usually watch the wrestling with, who was watching SmackDown,
Yeah.
and then like the main joke right after SmackDown, I was like, "You want to watch Rampage?" All of them was like, "Shut the fuck up, bro."
Yeah, you can't blame him.
I'd be like trolling them and be like, "This is Rampage, baby. It's the show you've been waiting for." No, it's not.
I don't think I've ever told you they don't update the intro of Rampage all that much. The end of the intro of Rampage is still Cody Rhodes saying this is a Rampage. They didn't Cody Rhodes hasn't been there in almost 2 years now at this point. It's like, come on.
I thought it was Sting.
No, I think it's
Cody.
I think it's Cody that says it at the end. So, but
That's even funnier.
yeah, let's just get to. I'll just cover Rampage real quick. Rampage took place on Friday the 13th, 2023, and I thought
Oh God, no wonder why.
Yeah, I thought there'd be some bad luck that happened with Rampage. You know, like the broadcast feed was gonna get cut. Yeah, but you know, the ratings probably was the bad luck. But yeah, nothing bad. But yeah, nothing bad happened on Rampage. Everything seemed to go as normal. We had a 3-man booth on commentary this week. It was Excalibur Taz. No, it was Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Paul White. Paul White, this was his first appearance back on AEW since All In. And yeah, he did fairly okay on commentary. Him, Schiavone, and Excalibur all had decent chemistry with each other. You could tell Paul White was fairly rusty doing commentary because he hasn't done it in a bit. And it still sounds like it's a golf. But anytime he says anything, it's like he's calling a golf match. Not as bad as when he first did Dark Elevation with Schiavone, but you know. But yeah, he did fairly well on commentary. You know, he's the world's largest commentator, so he broke. I think he broke a record there. I don't think anyone. I mean, I think Andre the Giant was on commentary a few times, but he wasn't full time on commentary. Paul White's full on commentary, so he's the world's largest commentator of all time. So that's good for him. We had the first match of the show. It was the Hardys and Brother Zay versus Magic, Matt Menard, Cool Hand Ange, and Daniel Garcia. This was a relatively good 6-man here. It felt like a repeat though, because I don't know if you remember. They didn't do this match, but it was like the Hardys and Best Friends versus all these guys, and I think somebody else was in there somehow. So it's like, you know, it kind of felt like they were just kind of repeating themselves a little bit here. So funny thing is, I think whatever was on TNT, I didn't watch Rampage live. I didn't watch it till Monday, and I had to watch like the first 15 minutes or so of Rampage. Let's just say it wasn't a legal way I had to watch it. I'll just say that. And
to watch wrestling.
Yes, I did. I wasn't even
watch wrestling.
I wasn't even gonna say. I wasn't even gonna give the site.
I'm snitching, baby.
Yeah, yes, you are. But yeah, so so the first 15 minutes I couldn't watch. I don't know what happened. I maybe it just didn't record on time, or the show ended early. I'm not sure, but yeah, the match starts. The Hardys and Brother Zay dominate early. Eventually, Garcia, Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand Ange get the heat. They get the heat originally on Brother Zay, but eventually he's able to fight out of it. He does this cool thing where he gets Irish whipped in the corner, and he does like a cutter and hangs up Daniel Garcia on the ropes, which allows him to get the tag to Matt Hardy. He has a really good hot tag here, but then he gets dominated. And eventually Jeff Hardy gets a hot tag. Everybody starts going off on each other. Brother Zay does a dive, taking out everybody. And there's a point where Jeff Hardy could have won the match, but he took too long to set up the Swanton Bomb. So behind the rest bad, Jake Hager crotched him on the top turnbuckle. And then eventually Garcia gets fired up. He does his dance, which kind of helps shift the momentum. And he hits some type of like... lift up DDT onto Jeff Hardy for the win. And Daniel Garcia in 2.0 win. But they're still continuing the tease of a split between Garcia and 2.0, where it looks like Garcia is going to go out on his own, because afterwards Magic Matt Menard and Garcia were having a shouting match with each other, and Matt Menard kind of walked off, so that's still kind of brewing in the background. I don't think you saw this, so I don't think you can give any thoughts on it, but is there anything you want to say, your thoughts on the tease of a split between Garcia and 2.0 and everything like that?
I fucked my daughter's boyfriend.
All right.
That's a great fucking title of fucking dope shit, bro.
That's just shows you his thoughts right there. So yeah, we'll just continue talking. Next, we had Penta El Zero Miedo get interviewed. He was given an update on Rey Fenix after losing the International Championship and everything like that. And then Jay White and Bullet Club Gold come up, and they're all just ragging on Penta El Zero Miedo, making fun of the fact that the Lucha Brothers don't have any gold now, and how Jay White does. So Penta El Zero Miedo challenges him to a match on Dynamite, and Jay White accepts, and he says he's going to make it a world title eliminator match, and if Penta El Zero meets him, he'll give him a shot at the world title, which, this is just Jay White being delusional because he's not even the champ, but whatever. And then Magic Matt Menard, Cool Hand Ange, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia get interviewed backstage. They're happy that they won, but Garcia and Magic Matt Menard still aren't getting along, and Jake Hager and Cool Hand Ange are trying to be the middlemen and trying to kind of diffuse the situation, but Magic Matt Menard's being kind of a hothead, so, he just kind of takes off, but there's more on this on Collision. Anything you want to say about those segments right there?
This is some good ass gum, bro.
I told you this is gonna be what he thinks of Rampage. This is gonna be his take on Rampage. Then we had Jay Lethal versus Trent Beretta. This match was really good, very back and forth. Eventually Jay Lethal wins with lethal injection, and he basically is still calling out Eddie Kingston because he still wants ROH World Title match. He doesn't care about the Strong Belt for some reason, but he wants an ROH World Title match. So, there you go. Then, yeah, any comments you have? There you go. That's what he's got to say.
Yeah.
Then Ortiz is backstage, and he talks some more about Mike Santana, how Mike Santana really wasn't standing alongside him. He was just standing next to Ortiz. And Mike Santana eventually does come up. They get into a shouting match, and security and stuff has to come break it up. This is a really good back and forth right here between Mike Santana and Ortiz. I would really recommend checking this out because it's fantastic.
I like this storyline between Mike Santana and Ortiz. This is the only thing I fucking saw.
Yeah, what'd you think of
YouTube?
Yeah, what'd you think of this on Rampage? I'll let you kind of talk about this a little bit because that's the
I don't know why the fuck this shit's on Rampage and not on fucking
at least Collision.
Yeah, because this storyline is the most interesting thing I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah,
holy shit. And now this shit's on fucking Rampage, bro. Nah, this shit should be on Collision. Dynamite's already too stacked, but got this shit.
But yeah,
plus it shows how professional these two are because they legit have beef with each other.
Exactly.
And they're willing to do this, which is awesome.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the match goes. As I imagine there's going to be a lot of stiff shots in that match once it finally takes place.
They're going to be shooting on each other.
Yeah. I think Ortiz did challenge Mike Santana to a match, but the match hasn't been made official yet. I think they were just kind of fighting words type of thing, but we'll see. I hope that when they have the match, it's not on Rampage, but it's probably looking like it's going to be on Rampage. What a great reward, by the way. 2 wrestlers, by the way, willing to put the egos to the side to make some money, and they put the freaking feud on Rampage. Great reward right there. It's great stuff. Then we had Emi Sakura versus Sky Blue. Sky Blue's starting to get into like a little bit of a darker sense. She's wearing a lot more eye makeup now. She's
getting corrupted.
Yeah, she's getting corrupted by the House of Black, it looks like. She was extra aggressive in this match. She does hit the the code blue on Emi Sakura for the win. But yeah, this was a good match right here. Lasted a long time. There was no picture-in-picture break or anything like that. The match just went all the way through, so that was good. Anything you want to say about this?
Poor Emi Sakura.
I know, yeah. She's getting jobbed out. I mean, I guess she's not really. I guess she feels like she wants to give back to the next generation, but whatever.
Just dope, in my opinion.
Then we had the main event. It was Claudio Castagnoli and Willa Yuta versus the Gates of Agony. Yeah, this was a really good main event. Willa Yuta took a beating in this match, like bad. He gets the Gates of Agony get the heat on him. Eventually, Claudio gets the hot tag. And then eventually Prince Nana starts annoying Claudio, so he chases Claudio chases Prince Nana to the back. And Willa Yuta's left by himself, and the Gates of Agony just destroy him until Claudio runs back out. And then eventually they do an assisted splash off of the, where Claudio goes off of, Willa Yuta goes off of Claudio's shoulders, and he beats Bishop Khan with that move. And that was the end of Rampage. Obviously, I would have liked to see the Gates of Agony get a win. I thought they were going to give him the win. They'd do a segment or something where, like, Claudio would get laid out by Swerve Strickland backstage, but that's not what happened. But overall, relatively, like, solid episode of Rampage. I'll give it, like, a B-, I guess. You could have probably skipped Rampage and not missed a thing. The only thing I really recommend to actually check out on the show is obviously the Mike Santana and Ortiz confrontation, because everything...
You ain't missed shit.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about the main event of Rampage, and any final thoughts?
So, anyways,
there you go. That just shows you what he thinks of Rampage right there. Let's get to Collision. Look at that. 16 minutes in, we've only covered one show. That never happens. So, we're doing great.
We're doing fucking great, bruh.
So, Collision took place on October 14th, 2023. We had the commentary team. I think it's different now. I'm not sure what happened. It's Nigel McGuinness.
Still shit because of Kevin Kelly's in the fucking commentary team. Like when I heard his voice, I was ready to cry.
Yeah, but now it's Nigel McGuinness, Kevin Kelly, and now Tony Schiavone's joined the booth.
Because they knew they need someone else to balance this shit.
Yeah, it's much better now that Schiavone's kind of the one that's leading the commentary team. He's mainly the play-by-play guy, while
he's the ring general.
Yeah, which is weird because I think Kevin Kelly has been doing it about the same time as Schiavone, but Schiavone's the one that's like he's the one that's leading this shit. I don't get say what Schiavone got started earlier. Don't forget, by the way, Schiavone stopped commentating wrestling for years after WCW closed. So realistically, I think Kevin Kelly's probably been commentated longer than Schiavone, wrestling-wise, anyways. Yeah, but yeah, Schiavone's kind of the one that's leading this commentary team now. Nigel McGuinness obviously chimes in. He's mainly the person that supports the heels and everything like that. And Kevin Kelly, he's just Kevin Kelly. He's just there. I don't know what he's doing there, but he's there.
He's just there, bro.
By the way, you're gonna hear a bunch of commotion. You probably hear it in the background. We have it in my bathroom redone, but there's nothing I can do about it. So. You're gonna have to deal with it.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
bro.
it is what it is. You're gonna hear this on a few videos, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. No code open for Collision this week. It just went right to the intro, which I was disappointed about. I always enjoy when they do the little promos before the intro, but they didn't do it this week. I don't know why, but they didn't. Then it kicks off with Adam Copeland. He comes out. And he was going to address the comments that Christian Cage made about him and everything that he said on this show. But before he can, he just gets cut off right away by Christian Cage. Like, Christian Cage just comes out before Adam Copeland could even finish talking about what he was going to talk about. And Christian Cage doesn't want to be in the ring by himself with Adam Copeland, so he has a bunch of security guards. One of them, I think, is definitely an indie wrestler. He's probably been on ROH before because... he was just dressed in a suit and tie type of thing.
I was over here like, who the fuck is this motherfucker, bro?
That's what I was
like, who's this goof?
Yeah.
This goober out my face.
But he comes out with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. And Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, while Christian Cage has his part of the segment, just stand outside the ring while the security stand in the ring, which is like, I thought it'd be the opposite type of thing, because I think if you want someone protecting you, I would rather have, well, maybe not Nick Wayne, but Luchasaurus, I think, could do a better job than this security team, I think, but whatever. And Christian Cage gets on the mic. He talks about how he wasn't just going to sit there and listen to Adam invade his show, because I know, he should start doing that now. But he wasn't going to listen to Adam invade his show because he's the one that's the face of this network, the face of TNT. So much to the point that his security team escorted the Blackpool Combat Club, the rest of the members, out of the building, so that way when he faces Bryan Danielson for the TNT title tonight, it will be a fair fight. And yeah, before anything else can happen, Bryan Danielson comes out and says that, since you feel that way, Christian, I spoke to Tony Khan, and he said that Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus are banned from ringside, and obviously Christian Cage wasn't happy about this. And Bryan Danielson talked about how Christian Cage thinks he's the face of the network, but he really isn't the face of anything. And he said that tonight we're going to truly see who the best wrestler in the world is. And then Ricky Starks and Big Bill come out, and Ricky Starks talks about how he's the only true champion other than Christian Cage. And he talks about how Bryan Danielson and Adam Copeland shouldn't be wrestling anymore. And I like it because when Ricky Starks gets into the ring, he stands behind Christian Cage's security team, which I thought was funny. And this got kind of weird because Adam Copeland and Ricky Starks took some really interesting shots at each other. Ricky Starks talked about how when Adam Copeland was in the other promotion, he never got taught any fashion style advice. He never got given any of that. Then Adam Copeland says, talking about someone that's like a low-rent rock. And then Ricky Starks says, ooh, you got me on the edge of my seat, referencing his WWE name. And then
he said, you got me over the edge. I'm like, all right, bro.
And Adam Copeland was even just like, yeah, real original right there. And apparently they took offense to these shots from what I'm reading to online, because you could definitely tell that there was some legitimate animosity going on here, which is just, you know.
It was going crazy.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, because all of a sudden the segment, I feel like the segment wasn't supposed to go the way that it did. I feel like Adam Copeland and Ricky Starks really weren't meant to reference each other. But, you know, they kind of did, and then then Ricky Starks started talking about Bryan Danielson. He says that he hasn't forgotten about Bryan Danielson from their performances. He talked about, you know, how he had to struggle just to get rid of the Blackpool Combat Club, and he brags about the fact of how him and Big Bill are the best tag team on the planet now. Then FTR come out, and FTR talked about how they had the option whether or not they wanted to defend the AEW World Tag Team titles, but they chose to defend them anyways, even through their injuries, because, you know, that's what you do. You know, no matter the circumstances, you're going to be banged out when you go to work. And he mentions, because everybody here is going to be going to work tomorrow, right? And I don't think FTR, because it was Cash Wheeler and Dax Hubbard saying this, I don't think they realize it was Saturday. Not a lot of people go to work on Sundays. That's just fact. So I don't know. That was kind of not the best thing to say. Like, oh, you guys gonna go to work tomorrow? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, you're not all going to work tomorrow. Let's not pretend otherwise.
This shit was taped.
But FTR say that they're not going to just get a rematch immediately for the titles. They're going to earn their rematch. And then a big fight breaks out. Bryan Danielson wants to have the TNT title match with Christian Cage now, which I guess doesn't happen. Christian Cage just takes off, and everybody just kind of leaves the security team that Christian Cage hired just to get beaten down by the baby faces. Adam Copeland hits I think it's the Adam Cushion now, what it's called. It's like that jumping DDT that he does. I forget the exact name of it, but you know. And then FTR hit the big rig on one of the security guards, and Bryan Danielson locks one of the dudes in the label lock, and this dude's like tapping for a while, and Bryan Danielson leaves this label lock in until the guy finally like passes out. And I think the guy was still passed out, and Bryan Danielson left the move in for like a good extra minute or so. And
I was over here like, alright, bro. Just leave him alone.
And yeah, the baby faces stand tall. I thought this was a good opening segment. I thought it set up, the TNT title match on the show. It continues the feud between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. And the only thing I didn't like about this segment, this might be where we differ. I feel like FTR, it was too soon for them to come back after that beating that they got. I feel like they should have been left off TV this week. I know AEW's been doing that a lot. They're having people come back too early from, beatdowns. Like, Jay White came back too early from his beatdown when MGF and all those guys beat him down. But yeah, other than that, this segment was a thumbs up. I just wish FTR had been left out of it. Like, maybe the Young Bucks should have come out and said since they have the next tag title shot, but whatever. How'd you feel about the segment and how they built up to the TNT title match, how they kept the feud going between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, and what are your thoughts about FTR coming back like a week after they were just destroyed by Big Bill and Ricky Starks?
I was just like, well, I didn't really fucking care too much about the FTR thing, but I find it goofy how I just find it hilarious on the part of Edge and Ricky Starks. I feel like they might have a good feud. Just have them spear each other to death, and I think it'd be kind of fine.
That'd be good.
But other than that, it was alright, I guess. Christian's being a fucking great father, so that's great,
Oh yeah, you didn't play a sound bit this time, so
I didn't feel like it right now.
I was kind of waiting for it, yeah.
But other than that, this wasn't really, this was a good way to start off the whole show and shit. So I dig it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Damn it, though, I finally got used to calling Adam Copeland. You might be having him call me all him Edge again. So it's like,
because he's still Edge. I don't give a fuck.
Next, they do this really good segment with MJF in Boston. They're doing this to kind of spread awareness towards there's a term for it, but pretty much that's anyone,
anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitism, thank you. So MJF was in Boston, which I was kind of pissed about when I saw this segment. I was like, damn it, if I known MJF was in Boston, I would have tried to go meet him or something like that. But but yeah, he met up with Robert Kraft. They spread awareness to it and everything like that. I feel like this was a bit of damage control, obviously, from what happened on Dynamite, as we talked about with Juice Robinson.
I knew I wasn't the only one who thought this was probably damage control.
So,
I knew I was the only one who thought that.
Yeah. So I still like this for the most part, though. I was worried though, okay, is there gonna be an angle that happens here, knowing how AEW, is Juice Robinson gonna invade one of these things? But no, it was just.
I don't think it was the right time to do that.
Yeah,
to be honest.
But it was wholesome. It was kind of the first time MJF is really this was kind of like the real person you felt like MJF talking. So it was pretty cool. This is the most vulnerability that you've seen MJF show. So yeah, good stuff. I like this. What did you think of this? MJF video package right here.
It was good. It was just like a fucking joint, so I get it though.
Yep. Then we had an ROH World Television Championship match. It was Samoa Joe defending against Willie Mack. This match was very good. I don't know what Willie Mack did to earn a title shot, but again, that probably happened on ROH, and I just didn't see it, so I can't critique that too much.
Because Willie Mack's the fucking GOAT, bro.
Oh, he's really good.
Because I watch Willie Mack. He's pretty fucking good, so I'm not mad about this.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been signed yet by AEW or anything like that. At least under the ROH banner. So
he's in MLW, so that's one thing.
Oh,
and he did had a world title match against Alex Kane.
That's fair.
Which is
But yeah, Willie Mack dominates early. Both men are kind of hitting some really stiff shots to each other. They do this cool bit where Willie Mack does a dive to the outside onto Joe, and I don't think he anticipated how close or how wide the announcer's table was going to be, because he hits his shoulder kind of bad on the table where the table breaks off and all that type of stuff. He throws Joe into the barricade. Eventually Joe takes control. He works over Willie Mack. Eventually, Willie Mack mounts a comeback. He hits a really good scoop slam onto Joe, which was really great stuff. Eventually, Joe follows it up. He hits one himself. And then, eventually, Willie Mack, he tries to go up onto the, to do the the 6-star frog splash. And before he can, Joe crosses him on the turnbuckle, and he hits him with the Muscle Buster. And Samoa Joe beats Willie Mack and retains his ROH World Television Championship. Yeah, overall, this was a really good match. These two had really good chemistry with each other. You know, it's a good win for Samoa Joe because he needed a big win. He keeps the ROH World Television title. I think he said now he's fairly close now to breaking Jay Lethal's record with the ROH World Television title. So, which I think at this point he is just going to break the record. I don't really see him not now. He's like so close now. I don't see why he wouldn't. But yeah, I always liked this match too. There was pits where like Samoa Joe kept trying to pin Willie Mack. And he didn't even look pissed off. Willie Mack kept kicking out. I think he looked annoyed, but I think he was kind of happy about it because he wanted to keep hurting Willie Mack. So, yeah, how did you think Willie Mack did? Because this was his first match on, like, you know, because I know.
Really good.
Yeah. And how'd you feel about the ROH World Television title match?
It was really good. I like this. There's two big motherfuckers with big turbulence, literally just beating the shit out of each other. And I love seeing Willie Mack, so I'm kind of biased over that, so yeah.
There you go. What do you think's next for Samoa Joe now, obviously? Because obviously this was just
Absolutely nothing.
All right, there you go. Yeah, we'll see. Because I know I don't know if they've continued this since then, but I know they were starting a storyline with Dalton Castle because obviously with the way he got screwed over, and you know. He's got like a thing. Joe's got like a partnership going on with Stokely Hathaway. That's probably not going to cross over to AEW television, obviously. But
it's
like,
not.
You know, I don't know if Dalton
really
Castle's the guy to
honestly.
defeat Joe for this ROH World Television title either. I think
Absolutely fucking not, bro.
Yeah,
You're
so
joking.
We'll see.
I mean, it's possible because this is Ring of Honor anyway. So
Yeah, but I'm just.
I wouldn't be surprised if that like ends up happening.
I feel like though if it is gonna be Dalton Castle, then I feel like it needs to be used to get Joe into another feud, like whoever Joe's feuding with at the time should cost him the match because I feel like it'd be kind of a little bit of it'll kind of make Joe look weak if he just loses clean type of thing. But we'll see. We have a couple of segments here. I'll just break down real quick. CJ Perry. Well, she's just CJ at the moment, but I just wrote down CJ Perry, but she's just CJ at the moment. She gets interviewed about what she's looking for with clients when it comes to managing them, and she talks
for a big strong man.
Well, she's not gonna get that, but anyhow, she talks about how she has been out of the limelight for a bit, and that her entire career, she's always been in the shadow of other people, and she mentions that she's going to look for the clients that want more for themselves. They want to get into the limelight no matter what. And she says that she's putting her name out there. She's just a phone call away. So, if anyone ever needs anything, I'm here for you. I will work with you. And I didn't expect this person to come up. But with what happens later in the show, this isn't going to be one of the people she manages. Action Andretti.
Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. At the end.
We'll talk about that when we get there. But Action Andretti comes up to CJ and he talks about how they can both do a lot for each other, and he says that he wants CJ's managerial services. He does say services, but he meant her manager services, not those other services and stuff. And CJ tells him to call him and they'll work something out. And then Lexi Nair's all happy because. For CJ Perry, well, sorry, not CJ Perry, but just CJ.
Same person.
But that it didn't take a very long to finally find people that are willing to be our clients. But yeah, before I have you break that down, I'll break down the next segment. Then it shows another vignette return for Danhausen. If you've ever seen Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, it's basically that commercial that plays there. And it's doing like a good countdown for like his return. It's got like all his faces and like an old TV and all that type of stuff.
Looking like a goofy goober.
Yeah. Saying so he's gonna be back soon. I think he's probably gonna come back. I don't know what day of Halloween falls on, but whatever.
The 31st.
Well, I'm saying what day of the week type of thing, but whatever.
Yes.
There you go. But yeah, I imagine he'll come back Halloween week, I think, probably, just because of his gimmick and everything like that. But how do you feel about these two segments here? The CJ interview and the Danhausen return vignette?
The fact that the fucking Action Andretti tried to shoot a shot with TJ Perry is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. He looked like a fucking dweeb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never seen a guy look so much of a fucking dweeb in my life. It is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, he's about to look like a bigger dweeb later in the show too.
He
Like,
about to look like a bigger dweeb soon, but that shit was too funny. I never let. I was like, this man look like a dork.
yeah.
Holy shit, bro. If you ever need anything, call me. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Oh yeah.
With that bullshit he's over here spitting.
And then I think the Danhausen vignette was the next.
The Danhausen one was goofy as shit in my opinion. It was goofy.
I mean, it's Halloween time. You have to see segments like this during Halloween. So
I mean, we don't, but you know, I'm not mad at it.
I do wonder too if this means the Top Flight tag team with Darius Mountain and him is now going to be kind of over because he was kind of acting a little heelish on this show. Please don't ever have actually Andretti try to promo again because he's not very good talking on the mic. So you know, it's just
The nigga from fucking, I think he's from Chicago.
yeah.
But he was born in no, but he was trained in my state, which I disown him. Regardless, so.
Why? Because he did quash your state? Is that why he disowned him?
No, because okay, hold on real quick. There's a reason why I fucking disown him because, well, I'm happy for all the wrestlers who came out of Maryland Championship of Wrestling.
Yep.
But I have a few things. Hold up.
Okay.
Let me check where he's from. I think he's from fucking okay, because he was trained in Maryland a championship to wrestling.
Yep.
Oh fuck no, he's from Philly.
Oh yeah. I wonder if I waited.
Fuck him.
I was in Philly last year. I wonder if he was there when I was there. So
he's from Philly. Fuck him, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Continue.
Shitty ass cheap. Anyways, man.
Continuing. Next, we had another match on this show. It was Juice Robinson versus Christopher Daniels, which is funny because if you remember a couple months ago, Christopher Daniels was sent home from Collision. He wasn't allowed to be there. Now here he is back again on Collision. So,
hey man, I love seeing Daniels.
Yeah, same. The dude,
and I love how he has his TNA theme, which is awesome.
Yeah, he's got like the Fallen Angel theme and everything. The dude looked like he hasn't really. He's aged a little bit, but you know, the dude doesn't even look. You wouldn't even guess that he's in his 50s with you know how he looks on the show and everything like that. But
Daniels the GOAT, baby.
Yeah, this was a very nice back and forth match right here. Eventually, Rock Hard Juice Robinson hits the implant DDT for the win, and yeah, he just won clean. There was no outside interference or anything like that. Bullet Club Gold was just ragging on Kevin Kelly the whole time. They wouldn't let him really get much of a word out, which I thought was cool. I know you liked that, so.
Man, I was talking the most shit.
And then afterwards, Jay White gets on his knees like he's gonna propose to Juice Robinson.
This was cute.
And then yeah, there's a ring in there. It's not a proposal like a marriage proposal type of ring, but there's still.
Yes, it was.
But yeah, he puts the ring on his finger and he clocks Christopher Daniels with it. And then Bullet Club Gold get on the mic, and Juice Robinson tells MJF pretty much that he's not the only one that knows how to use a ring. And he talks about, you know, how even without the ring, he still has a very powerful right hand in the business. He's got one of the most powerful ones in the business and everything like that. And
left hand of God, baby.
Yes, so. Yeah, then he talks about how he doesn't need the win, but he wants to take MJF's win because he wants to take... Bullet Club Gold want to take everything important away from MJF, and the Dynamite doesn't win will be one of them. And Jay White says he's going to officially take his title and become the new AEW World Champion, and MJF will only have one person to blame, and that's Maxwell Jacob Freeman. And that was it. They end the segment there, so... How'd you feel about the match between Juice Robinson and Christopher Daniels and the post-match angle?
I was playing Fortnite when I was watching this, but like from like what I saw, it was pretty solid. Not, but but I didn't give a fuck about the match. I gave a fuck about the cute ass proposal. Jay White proposing to Juice Robinson. Juice says, "I do." I'm
I
like,
know,
"Alright,
yeah.
let's go. This is good shit, baby. But but basically the whole mission statement is we're gonna take all the shit you like. We're gonna take everything away, and we're gonna become the goats. And this making me think: is he really about to lose the diamond ring?
Yeah, it makes sense.
If he
Um,
does, I wouldn't mind, but I don't know.
yeah, it'd be weird. I feel like too they should have. I don't really think they need to do this battle royal because it's pretty obvious Juice Roberts is gonna win the battle royal because it doesn't make sense.
Nah, man, Dustin's gonna win. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I'll get to him later, um, but yeah, Juice Robinson. It's pretty obvious. It looked like he might win it. So I don't know why they didn't just do a match where MJF just said, "Okay, I'm gonna defend the win against you," type of thing. Where he just got goaded into it, but whatever. It seems kind of early to do the Dynamite dozen battle royal too. They typically do the Dynamite dozen battle royal in December, and it seems like they're doing it early this year. I don't know why, but they maybe they are
They
taking
want to get out the way.
yeah, I guess. Um, but yeah, overall, I liked all this stuff. And again, I think I've talked about this before. It's crazy that we're seeing this like comedic side of Jay White. We never saw this side of Jay White before AEW. I don't know why we're seeing it now, but I'm glad we are seeing it because he's really funny. I always knew the Guns were funny. I always knew Juice Robinson was funny, but Jay White, I've never seen him act so comedic. I don't know what's made him this way, but
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Loving Bullet Club Gold too. I mean, again, I've only seen one episode of New Japan since Bullet Club War Dogs were thin, so I'm probably not the best person, but Bullet Club Gold I think is way better than Bullet Club War Dogs. It's just my opinion. So,
War Dogs try to be tough. That's my issue with them. They try to be tough, but they just ain't shit to me.
yeah, pretty much. You have a couple of segments here that I'll just break down real quick. Dustin Rhodes has a video package where it's a really good video package, very well made. He talks about how he's going to go into that Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal, and he said that he's going to win the Battle Royal, and he's going to take the Dynamite Dozen win, but he's going to use that as an opportunity to take the AEW World Championship from MJF.
Which he's not going to win, but like I would love if that ever happened.
Good promo here by Dustin. We haven't seen Dustin in a while, so this was good stuff. And Dustin talked about how he's just as good now as he was back when he was a rookie. Which I don't think was meant. I think that's meant to sound like a good thing, but I don't think I don't think that is a good thing because that shows that he hasn't improved. But I think I get what he was trying to say there.
I think he's trying to meant like age wise, like since he's getting older and like he's not like bushing, he actually feels like he's gotten younger.
I mean, he does.
Which is
Yeah,
a good thing.
he's still.
This nigga did a Canadian Destroyer.
He's done several actually.
Which still blows my mind.
Yeah, he'll probably do one in the Battle Royal. And then Nick Wayne gets interviewed, and Lexi Nair tells Nick Wayne pretty much. It really wasn't an interview; it was more of an update to Nick Wayne, where JR is going to do a sit-down interview with Nick Wayne and his mom. So that way he can explain why he did what he did to Darby Allin.
A fucking dork.
And then Nick Wayne just kind of like, do I really need to explain myself? But he's like, okay, fine, we'll do the interview and I'll explain why I did what I did on Dynamite. Which I actually kind of agree with Nick Wayne here. He legitimately explained last week why he did what he did. Like, why does he need to go explain himself to JR and his mom? I guess his mom I get, but why JR? Like, JR watches the shit. Well, I don't know if JR watches Collision. I'm not sure. Well, I guess he does watch Collision because he's there. So, but what did you think of these two segments? What did you think of these two segments right here with the Dustin segment and the Nick Wayne segment?
I remember the fucking Dustin one. I'm like, oh, cool. I haven't seen your dinosaur ass here, but for Nick Wayne, bro, he just looked like a dork.
Oh yeah,
he's such a fucking dork, bro. I swear to God. This man is such a fucking dork, and it's kind of bothering me.
I can't blame you, yeah.
You have to have a sit down segment with your fucking mother, nigga. What?
I mean, the dude's only. The dude's 19. You know, he's.
I don't give a fuck. I'm 22.
No, I think he's 18. Actually, he's 18, not 19. So.
I don't care. You're a grown ass man, bro.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's done. He's accepted Christian Cage as his father now, so you know he's on the right track. But it seems like he's still just being Nick Wayne, pissing everybody off.
Still a dork, regardless.
Yeah. We had our next bit of action. It was Kyle Fletcher versus Boulder. This was good stuff.
This was really fucking stupid.
But I like this. I enjoy Kyle Fletcher. There was a little bit of a botch in the match where Kyle Fletcher tried to do a suicide dive on Boulder, and Boulder was a bit too far from the ring, so he barely hit him, and Boulder still sold it, type of thing. Like, he still went to the floor when Kyle Fletcher, like, only kind of grazed him and all that type of stuff. But other than that, this was still relatively good stuff. Kyle Fletcher made him tap out to the Dragon Sleeper. And
that's why I said this was really fucking stupid. Because, yes, skinny guys can submit big motherfuckers. But here's when things get a bit kind of weird. So, I love my wrestling to be, you know, I love the underdogs, I love all this and that, but my little nitpick is that Boulder tapped out way too quick.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
That's what had me like, this is really fucking stupid. Because Boulder tapped out way... He could have, like, stayed there for, like, a good, like, 15 seconds just to have, you know, Kyle Fletcher squeeze him a bit more. Because Kyle Fletcher is lanky as a motherfucker. He's skinny as fuck, but he's lanky. He's on the verge of turning into Zack Sabre Jr. with his fucking body size.
Oh, he definitely is, yeah.
And, like, if Boulder would have tapped out 15 seconds later, I really wouldn't mind at all. But he tapped out way too quick.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bro. But, like, other than that, I just love seeing my Iron Savages like have some TV time, so I'm happy about that.
Even though it was only one of them, and he got like a jobber entrance. But yeah, I get you. Kyle Fletcher did do something else impressive in the match. He was able to hit a powerbomb onto Boulder, but it didn't make Boulder look weak because it was more Boulder's momentum that allowed him to get powerbomb. Not really that Kyle Fletcher was strong because he was standing on like the second turnbuckle type of thing. So there you go. And this is the last we see of Kyle Fletcher on this show. Then the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass Billy Gunn get interviewed, and they talk about, you know, how impressive they've been as AEW World Trios champions. And Matt Caster talks about how you know, he's finally gonna get into the good graces of MJF, and Billy Gunn and Anthony
was like, what the fuck, bro? Shut the fuck up, bro. You're not going the way you talking to.
Yeah,
the way you're acting and talking to MJF, you ain't getting nowhere.
But yeah, so Billy Gunn and Anthony Bowen send Renee Paquette away for a second, so that way they can like kind of have a private conversation with him. And they give Max Caster some advice and tell him, like, you know, you're going a bit overboard.
You're weird.
That's what they say. So they give him some advice, and I like it too because Billy Gunn can give him advice on the lady's perspective, and Anthony Bowen says that he can give him advice on the guy perspective because, you know, the obvious sexualities and all that type of stuff. So they advise.
Max like?
Well, Billy Gunn likes women, and Anthony Bowen, don't forget, is gay. So
yeah, but like, is Max actually bisexual?
He might be.
Oh no.
But yeah, so you know, they talk about how you know, they should just next time that Max Caster sees MJF, he should just you know, ask him about how his day going and stuff. You know, just say hi to him. Just keep it normal, keep it light. So they're gonna practice with Renee Paquette. So they bring Renee Paquette back over, and Max Caster asked Renee Paquette about her oral sessions, and Renee Paquette's like, "Really? That's you guys are idiots." It just kind of walks away all pissed off and all that type of stuff.
This segment had me fucking rolling because I was like, "This nigga is not getting nowhere."
Because
it is crazy because Renee had to change her podcast name from Oral Sessions to Sessions, bro.
Yeah.
Which is the funniest shit. And it's crazy because, like, if you've been watching Dynamite for a while, right? There was the one rap Max Caster cut to John Moxley saying when is Renee going to give me that oral sessions? I'm like, alright.
I remember this, yeah.
I was waiting for John to show up. I don't know. I'd be like, what the fuck you talking about?
But the segment's not over then. Billy Gunn and Anthony Bowens are just aghast that, that Matt Caster failed this badly. They're just speechless. But then 2.0, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia come up, and Magic Matt Menard and Cool Hand Ange have just had enough of this. They had enough of scissoring. They've had enough of all this stuff. Nobody wants to see this anymore. And they say they need to do something about it. So they're going to put an end to this by taking the AEW World Trio Championship. Because if they don't have the titles anymore, then they can't do any of that stuff anymore. Even though that never stopped them before. But I don't know why taking the titles from them stops them from doing any of that stuff. But whatever, that's their logic. So they throw out the challenge. They challenge the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass in, I think it's in Memphis, but it's going to be a Battle at the Belts 8. Well, that's when the match was made official anyways. They're going to take the AEW World Trios titles from them there. And when 2.0 walk away, Daniel Garcia is about to do their dance to him, and JK goes like, okay, let's get out of here, let's go. They before Daniel Garcia can do his dance, like, they just kind of pull him away and all that type of stuff.
It's just the way. It's just the way Daniel Garcia looked at them, got his hands up, and about to start swivel. Is just the way he tried to. It's just the way he set it up, which had me fucking dying.
Yeah, it was
like,
awesome.
This about to be like, I was like, stop, bro.
Yeah, this was awesome. I don't know anything else you want to say about this segment, because I thought this segment was absolutely, like, wonderful.
This segment was just amazing. It's so stupid, but that's what makes it funny as shit, because it's so stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah,
I love it.
Next, we had a TBS Women's Championship match. It was Chris Statlander defended against Sky Blue. You thought Sky Blue's eye makeup was overboard on Rampage. It was like all different types of levels on Collision. Like, it was
corruption level is at like 75%.
Yes, it is.
You know what I should start doing now for these sparks? Whenever we see Sky Blue or Willow, we want to keep track of the progress of the corruption. So right now for Sky Blue, I think it's around 60 or 75 percent corrupted right now. So check next week on Spark to check on how the update of the joint.
But yeah, so this was a very good back and forth matchup here. They gave Sky Blue a lot of offense in, and it was very exciting stuff. Eventually, though, she tries to go for some type of tilt-a-whirl head scissors, but it gets counted into the Saturday Night Fever, and Sky Blue loses, and Chris Statlander retains her belt, and she goes to shake Sky Blue's hand, but before she really can, Sky Blue doesn't really know what to do, and Willow Nightingale comes out, and she tells Chris Statlander to let me handle this type of thing. And Chris Statlander walks away, but she's not happy that she didn't really get like good sportsmanship out of really these women. They thought they were kind of like rude to her and all that type of stuff, because they were kind of looking at her like angry type of thing, like they're on a mission type of thing.
Level is it's steadily increasing and decreasing at the same time.
So they did do a segment backstage. It's on the AEW's Instagram page where Chris Statlander says she's going to try to get to the bottom of what's going on here with Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, and this Julia Hart situation. She said she's going to try to get to the bottom of it. I advise Chris Statlander against that, but I don't think she's going to listen to me. So, But anyhow, Yeah, how did you feel about this match right here? And where's the corruption of Willow Nightingale right now? Because obviously Willow Nightingale was here too. So
Willow's corruption is probably at like 40 because she's too nice. So I don't know for sure.
yeah, we'll see.
But as for fucking but as for the whatchamacallit, the match, the match was alright. It ain't bad. I was hoping Sky Blue I want Sky Blue to win because I'm biased, but like it was a good match. Weird way to end the match, like how weird way to end the whole thing
Yes.
with fucking Willow. I mean, with Sky Blue is rejecting the handshake, and apparently that's an issue. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We like how long we been in this how long we been in the wrestling business? If they don't want to if they don't want to shake your hand, who gives a fuck? Unless you're like Eddie Kingston, and the whole beef was because of that shit, then that's a different story. But come on now.
In all fairness, it's Chris Statlander. She didn't watch the business growing up, so I don't think she realizes.
You don't have to watch the business growing up, but like if you're in the business itself, then I guess
yeah,
you should at least see shit like this. But it is what it is, I guess.
Then they cut backstage to Kyle Fletcher. Kevin Kelly did a really bad job doing this because originally he kept saying it was going to be an interview, but then it's like, no, wait, no, never mind. It's just backstage segment with Kyle Fletcher type of thing. So it's like, yeah, Kevin Kelly was supposed to cue to this, and he did a really bad job doing it. So I don't know. That should have been left to Shivani right there. I think Shivani had to correct him, say, no, it's just Kyle Fletcher back there himself. He's just going to talk by himself type of thing. So I don't know what was going on there, but Kyle Fletcher's backstage. He sends his well wishes to Mark Davis because he's injured, and Kyle Fletcher says that he's one of the best tag teams in the world, but he's ready to blossom and be one of the best singles wrestlers in the world. And he says to do that, he needs to go up against the measuring stick. And he's faced this guy in trios and tag action, but he wants to see what he has, if he has what it takes to beat him in a singles match. And that's Kenny Omega. And later on in the night, the match gets made official for Dynamite. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Kenny Omega versus Kyle Fletcher. So that's going to be great stuff. How'd you feel about his backstage segment right here?
I was like, all right, bro. That's all, like, that's basically all my reaction was, just, all right, bro.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you, yeah, because he might be pushing his luck trying to go up against Kenny Omega right now. So
in a sense, yes, but I'm just like, all right. So I was just like, all right, bro. Moving on.
So then we had Keith Lee versus Turbo Floyd. He's in a tag team. He's in a tag team. I forget the name of the tag team, but it's Turbo Floyd. I don't remember who he is, but I don't know. During the match, Shane Taylor Promotions was watching backstage. They were watching backstage on the monitor.
In the jungle, baby.
Yeah, because they're continuing that feud, and everybody knows how I feel about that feud. And Keith Lee beats this guy pretty easily. He hits the spear bomb on him and gets the win, and that was it. Really nothing to this match,
This was the most the most stupidest shit I've ever fucking. Bro, I never, ever fucking thought I would see some 80s wrestler looking ass motherfucker in my life.
Yeah, he really was.
I was like, what is this fucking shit?
Well,
who is this guy?
Apparently you haven't watched a lot of Zicky Dice matches though, so
I don't know who he is.
I'm just saying he's pretty 80s himself though, so
oh god.
But anyhow, yeah, continuing. Before that, actually, I jumped ahead a little bit. We had another segment with Ingo Ganables where it was Roosh Preston Vance to drag Listigo. Where
yes, the fucking cartel. Let's go.
It's really what it was. Yeah, they talk about pretty much now how they're gonna start to take out everybody in AEW now that they feel like that they're ready to. That they're fully ready to take out anyone that's a badass or anyone that's weak in AEW, and they said that they're gonna go for power now and all that type of stuff. It was really Roos that was doing the promos, but yeah, this is good stuff right here. I liked. It would be interesting to see. It just seems
with the bull, you get the hides. I'm like, yeah, let them know, Rouge.
How'd you feel about this little vignette they had going on right here?
Love the cartel. It's my favorite fucking faction right there, man.
I don't know if they're meant to be the cartel, but it's pretty close to
They're the cartel to me, damn it. They're the cartel to me. So anything with them is a 10 out of 10.
And then you have another...
Even the kidnapping that happened.
I still can't believe that happened. It looks like they're back in America now, too. They're just living life right now, too. So it's like,
He was showing them... what they do as Aztecs when they sacrifice the human bodies.
Oh yeah,
it was showing the Aztec temples and the Mayans, bro.
Really?
Go.
So next, Miro cuts a promo, and he talks about how he was trying to get over his wife being in AEW, but he talks about how
slut.
That's what he pretty much said. But he talks about what her corruption is and what makes her evil is. Sometimes it's, you think evil comes in darkness, but sometimes it can be brought to the light because her evil is being in the bright lights and everything like that. And he says that anybody that she tries to manage, he's going to try to take out because he doesn't want her to be corrupted by evil. So then he...
let him know.
It's revealed that I guess he took Action Andretti and beat him down because then he just picks him up and he was like, and Action Andretti was beaten down and basically says that this is a message to anyone that tries to become a client for CJ, and you're gonna end up like Action Andretti pretty much. And Action Andretti, he just drops him to the floor after this. So I know you've been looking forward to talk about this. How'd you feel about this?
This shit was fucking hilarious. Like, it's just the fact how he was based. So, take out the rest of the terms. Meryl said, "My wife's a fucking hoe, bro. I'm not gonna let anybody fuck my favorite thought. Fuck this shit, bro. Whoever looks at my wife is going to get fucking dealt with." And this cunt right here, shooting his shots, I already dealt with this motherfucker. And then shows Action Andretti looking like a fucking dumbass, bro. Just get his ass whooped. I never seen a wrestler get so geeked out in like 2 seconds.
Well, we didn't even see it as the thing. That's the thing. It was just happened off screen.
That's the thing. The ass whooping was so bad they couldn't show it.
Yes, so.
Just, like, this man... Like, this was the poor Action Andretti, bro. He like, this man try to shoot his shot, try to hook up with CJ just to get fucked up by Miro in the following segment, just to be used as an example for everybody else. You try to be with my wife, I'm gonna be with you. I'm like, alright, bro.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
And then it shows vignette for the pound for pound gold match they have coming up on Rampage. It's going to be Mystico versus Rocky Romero. And this is a big deal for AEW because they're partnered now with CMLL, one of the oldest promotions in Mexico. And I think this is a big deal, right? Because we mentioned this before. Because on CMLL and AAA have like a big beef with each other and all that type of stuff.
It's like the Mexican cartel, but they don't fuck with each other.
So that's why that's why this is such a big deal. So.
But this is also a big deal because so I don't know if this is actually going to be a partnership or something. Yeah. Because they also partner with. Okay, so AEW is also partnered with AAA.
Yeah,
and that's a bit tricky.
that's what I'm saying.
So the reason why this is a huge deal is because this is the first time that a CMLL wrestler is going to be in another promotion in the states that big because so okay, so CMLL, they are so close. Well, they their partnerships is like very very small. They are partnered with New Japan, which is how most of the excursion they get easy access to Mexico.
Correct.
And they are and they partner with, I think they starting to partner with MLW now, which is fucking good. But CMLL, they have a history of not partnering with anybody else. They doesn't even let the wrestlers. They're basically like WWE in to Mexico. They don't really let the wrestlers go out there that much. So this is a big deal because the fact that they finally are partnered with a American promotion as big as that, which is fucking crazy. And to make things even interesting, they AEW is still technically partnered with AAA, and you know they don't like each.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So to have their biggest star, Mystico, show up is mind blowing. So this is fucking crazy, and there's a reason why they call this the pound for pound match because CMLL is like boxing in wrestling form because um take out weight classes.
Okay.
So welterweight, middleweight, cruiserweight, heavyweight, and 20 something other fucking titles because they got like around 20 something fucking titles, and I'm still mind boggled by
Yeah,
that.
I didn't keep track of all that.
I don't know how the fuck you do that, bro. But like half of the fucking titles they got is not even weight classes. It's just like some other fucking belts that they got. I'm like, well, not even. But yeah, so this is a huge deal. I'm pretty interested, and I'm happy that Rocky is influencing this
Right.
because Rocky, he's not just with New Japan, but he's also trying to promote CMLL there too, which is pretty fucking dope. So yeah.
And as for the video package, like, it makes sense because Rocky Romero and Mystico have like a big history in CMLL now, from what the video package told us and everything. And this video package was told with Rocky Romero's perspective and everything like that, where you just kind of talked about the history and everything like that. So, and I think they said too, it's going to be the two oldest titles that CMLL has going actively right now, like going to be showing up on AEW. It's like this match is gonna happen on Rampage, but I guess I get it because maybe they don't think it's gonna. This match will be, maybe they don't want to, use Collision and Dynamite, to take away from their storylines and stuff. But the fact that this match is happening is good. So maybe it'll get, maybe in Mexico, Rampage ratings will go up a little bit because they're one of the big promotions going to be showcased on Rampage now. But
and this is probably the only match I'm going to fucking talk about on
yeah, I can't blame you. So it'll be interesting to see how this match
watch
plays
this
out.
match like for sure.
Then we had the main event of Collision.
And one more thing, Mystico is actually Sin Cara.
I know, yeah, he was the original. So this is
just still insane.
This is gonna be his first. I think this is gonna be like one of his first matches on a major wrestling promotion in America since he left WWE. So that's gonna be interesting. I assume he'll go better this time around because obviously now he's able to work. He'll be able to work the style that he wants to work and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, without the lighting and everything.
Well, we don't know that yet. They could have.
They ain't doing no damn lighting, bro. Fuck that. Lose my shit.
But yeah, then we had the main event. It was the TNT title match. It was Christian Cage defending against Bryan Danielson. Great TNT title match here. Noah was so lucky because the original host, the creator of Spoke, was at Collision this past week, and you got to see this match live. It was very
Piece of
back
shit.
and
Why do you take it with you?
I don't think he could if he wanted to.
I don't think he wants to.
um, but this match was very back and forth in the beginning. It was a lot of chain grapples. JR tagged in placement of Kevin Kelly on commentary, which I was happy about. But Bryan Danielson dominates in the beginning. He really takes it to Christian Cage. He throws him hard way into the barricade a couple of times. Eventually, Christian Cage targets the arm of Danielson because Danielson misses a headbutt and he ends up smashing his injured shoulder onto the floor. And Christian Cage targets it. He throws him into the barricade. He throws him shoulder first into the post. And then he puts Bryan Danielson's arm behind him and does like a back suplex onto the apron. And Christian Cage smacks it against the announcer's table. He's talking shit to Danielson. Eventually Danielson mounts a comeback. He hits a couple of running drop kicks into the corner. He hits a running drop kick onto the outside. And then he does the kick to the chest, and he goes for a second one, but Christian Cage ducks it. But Danielson still just hits it anyways, which was funny. Because he ducks, and then Danielson just gets his feet up again and just kicks Christian Cage again, which was really funny. Christian Cage hits a reverse DDT, but Danielson kicks out. Christian Cage does hit the kill switch on Danielson, but Danielson kicks out. Christian Cage goes for the spear, which Nigel McGuinness says that Cage made famous, but Danielson counters that. And then when Danielson acts like he's going to go for the spear, Nigel McGuinness gets all mad, saying that Danielson's stealing another wrestler's move, which was funny. So Christian Cage counters that into a spear himself.
Fucking dope. It was a crazy counter.
Danielson hits the Bo Psycho knee, but Cage kicks out, and then he locks him into the labella, but Cage gets his foot on the ropes. But even though he gets his foot on the ropes, Danielson has to break the hold. He just puts him in the hold again, and then it's looking like he's going to tap, but then Big Bill runs to interference. He distracts the referee long enough for Ricky Starks to run in real quick and blast Danielson in the back of the head with his tag title. And this was funny because the second that he goes onto the floor, he just plays dead pretty much, acts like he's sleeping because he doesn't want the ref to see him, so that way Christian Cage doesn't get DQ'd or anything like that, which was funny. But Christian Cage gets the cover. He beats Bryan Danielson. He retains the TNT title, and then afterwards, Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus, Big Bill, and Ricky Starks all just stomp a mud hole into Bryan Danielson. And then FTR and Adam Copeland run out. They all beat up, Christian Cage and everybody, but Christian Cage just takes off, before any more damage can be done to him. And then who's left in the ring with all four baby faces? None other than Nick Wayne, and he just realizes the trouble that he's in, and he kind of looks around, and then when he turns around into a spear by Adam Copeland. And the baby faces stand tall, and that's how Collision goes off the air. So I thought this was a great angle here. I thought this was a great way to end the show with a great TNT title match. And, Adam Copeland, everyone wanted to see him hit a spear and, see his music go off. And this continues that feud going on between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. That's probably going to be a TNT title match once Full Gear comes around, was Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Maybe Adam Copeland will get the belt. I'm not really sure. But yeah, overall, how'd you feel about this TNT title match and the post-match angle and everything?
That's
like
pretty
that?
fucking good. Like, let's be real here. We all love Edge, and he is one of part of the Edge and part of the tag team. Edge and a Christian. Edge is more fucking good, but Christian is really fucking. Especially since I'm happy he had this turnaround when he went to TNA, and there's a reason why they brung Christian back to WWE. It's because of his TNA run. It was fucking great.
It really was, yeah.
So I love seeing Christian. He's he's like Jericho. He just reinvents himself every fucking time he gets a chance,
He really does, yeah.
and it makes it work. And it's crazy seeing like a Attitude Era star slash Ruthless Aggression star, um, still going strong, still working like fucking great matches with great matches with other guys. It's just Christian's pretty fucking good, bro. He's like he doesn't get enough for his flowers. His world title run in WWE was absolutely garbage because he barely had the
I know,
to
yeah.
begin with. But I'm just happy seeing him fucking doing his shit, and him and Brian did. Really, I didn't think they would do like I knew they're gonna do good, but I wasn't expecting this good. So good shit, bro. Good shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But yeah.
And that was Collision. I thought Collision was an awesome show. I'm gonna give it like a B plus. I thought, they furthered all the storylines they needed to further. Yeah, there's still questions obviously at the moment about. We'll just talk about it now because you haven't really been on. About how good Adam Copeland's run been in AEW because the ratings haven't reflected it. I think you have talked about this before, but we'll just talk about it again because.
Alright, so I'm gonna say this about the Adam Copeland thing in the ratings. He just got here, bro.
That's fair.
Don't the thing is like there's a reason why CM Punk had the highest ratings when he returned because this nigga hasn't been wrestling for like fucking years. He literally dipped. He dipped wrestling for a good long time. You can say the same thing with Edge, but you got to understand they're two different people because you would think with a CM Punk, he just gave up on wrestling all
Correct.
then and there. Like after all the shit he had to deal with, you would just think he's done. He's done with wrestling. He's done with anything dealing with it. And then he shows up. And yeah, plus CM Punk was still a hot topic, so yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But so with Edge, that one was just random. It was random as shit. Nobody, well, besides if you work in the journalism shit, you probably know it. But at the same time, it's like you wouldn't believe it because seeing is believing. So the fact that Edge came in, yes, he's a big star, but he just got here, bro, and he's not as big and influential. He's not as big and as influential as CM Punk. Yes, he's big, but compared to Punk, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Plus, Edge was a lifer, so it's like you want to really see it like that. But yeah, it's like yes, the ratings hasn't been going well, and ratings, believe it or not, ratings does matter because it shows who's interested and who's not interested. Yes, it's all about how the show is. Ratings matter. If you don't agree with me, that's cute. I don't care. But ratings matter because it shows who is watching, who is interested, and who is invested in the product of on television. Not counting all the sites that we've been watching it illegally on.
Right.
But it matters in yes, Edge hasn't been popping because the star power. Star power is what pops the ratings at times. And what also pops the ratings is what the fuck you doing.
Correct.
If you like it like if you're advertising nothing but just straight bullshit, then what do you expect? If you're putting on a show on the same day, if you put on a show the same day, the same time as another big show or sport, of course the ratings is going to go down. So each run, it's just started. It's just coming like his run is just started. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these motherfuckers who towards like this has been a big bust, nigga. It just started.
It really has, yeah.
It's like you watching a fucking It's like a debuting character who, yes, there's things caused dead on arrival. That is because of a clusterfuck of a failure. But this is different. This is not dead on arrival. This is literally a guy whose whole life, his whole career was in WWE in a new environment. And he's just getting used to, you could say, the freedoms, because he did say now that he's in AEW, he can finally tell the story in his way instead of having all shit with the PG shit on. He's gonna go crazy. So this is just a work in progress. This is just fucking trial and error. So give it time. Just started. Wait another year. wait until a full year passed. Full year with progress reports. Probably like every 2 months. We're gonna like every 2 months. It's gonna be a progress report. How is it going? Is it going well? Cool. Okay, cool. Once the year hits, then all the progress reports is done. Then we could say if it's success or a failure. CM Punk was a rocky road. It was a success. Then with all the bullshit going on with him and the Elite, it kind of went to a failure.
Yeah, I did.
But at the same time, overall, it was a success with some casualties on the way, but with a few shits going on. But overall, it was a successful run. Got ratings, it got people talking, and shit going on. With a few bullshit and a few fights and biting and dogs getting hurt on the way, but yeah. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. Also, too, like, I think people are comparing Punk's to Edge's. Also, like you said, Punk had also been out of the business. Edge just wrestled in August, literally, too. Like, he's been in the business.
Yes!
Yeah, since then. So
he just wrestled in August. He wrestled his final match against Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
I'm using his old name because I'm using Sheamus O'Shaughnessy all day because I don't know why. It just popped in my head.
Right.
His full name is crazy, bro.
It really is.
Plus, like, the thing people gotta realize, yes, Edge had to take a long ass retirement break because of his neck issues. That's understandable. But you could tell he wanted to. But you could tell he wanted to come back. He wanted to finish what he started. With CM Punk, it was uncertainty. Because he was ready to give up on wrestling.
He really was.
So, yeah.
But yeah, let's go through the card. Well, before I go through the card, we'll just talk about the one. Because we talked about this off camera. We talked about it during the crossover, how Tony Khan, was really bad on social media all across the board last week, It got worse, and now it's to the point now, like, where people just want Tony Khan to put his phone away anytime there's a Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage.
I just want him to shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up some of Tony Khan's tweets, bro.
I know
this shit is
really
outrageous.
I think we read some of them on the air, but I think there's one. No. If you can try to find the one with the
Tony Khan loses man on Twitter lost to NXT.
Yeah.
I have a message for you to see you tonight, a special Tuesday night. Hashtag AEW Dynamite Title Fight Tuesday. That's cute.
Yep.
This week, two active decades long. Okay, 2 active decade long rating streak from two great legends were ended. With all due respect, until this week, head to head on TBS and USA, neither John Cena nor Undertaker have ever been on WWE shows with under 1 million total viewers, under the 400K. Oh, plus under 400K in the demographic. Alright, bro.
Neither has Adam Copeland.
I mean, yeah, it's like, bro, like, I, you are just salty that you lost. Like, I get it. This is kind of heartbreaking because this happened on his birthday, which is fucking hilarious.
Yep.
But WWE is minding their own fucking business, bro.
They really did. I mean, I think a lot of people said
They do take shots here and there, but come on now.
I think a lot of people said AEW, like a lot of the AEW like fan base upset because they're like, well, AEW really won because WWE pulled out all the big guns in NXT with putting in all these legends and all that type of stuff because NXT went up against, well, because AEW went up against them the same night and all that type of stuff. So it's like,
I mean, yeah, but the thing is that when they knew, okay, so I love competition. Like I always say, I love competition.
Yeah, same.
Competition brings in the best of both worlds. But for this night, Tuesday, well, last Tuesday, I should probably say, because we are it's on Tuesday.
It's Tuesday
Hilarious.
today, yeah.
Yeah, but well, last Tuesday, yes, they have to bring out the big dogs because WWE is like, well, we're not taking this again, bro. Fuck you. Without saying fuck you. So they had to do what they gotta do, bro. And yes, they didn't break they did not break 1 million. But neither did you.
That's correct.
And I loved it. And I love AEW because we finally got an actual alternative. Don't say TNA. TNA was never, well, it was never really an alternative at the time. They tried to be.
Yeah, they
had some success, but a lot of failures. But it's just the fact that it's annoying to see how the boss Tony Khan is acting like a fucking child.
Yeah, it really is.
So you could tell he's such a fucking mark.
He really is, yeah. But anyhow, now that we've broken down that stuff, let's cover what's going to be going ahead this upcoming week for content. We got some exciting things coming up. We have the AEW Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal where the winner will face MJF for the Dynamite Diamond win. The only competitors we know for certain that are in it are Dustin Rhodes and Juice Robinson. We don't, obviously the others haven't been announced yet.
I think wasn't Nick Wayne?
No, because he's doing that sit-down interview. I don't think he can be in it unless they film it ahead of time. So.
Oh yeah, true.
We have Penta Zero Miedo versus Jay White. Kyle Fletcher versus Kenny Omega. Jim Ross is going to have a sit-down interview with Nick Wayne and his mom. That's literally what this thing says, Nick Wayne and his mom. So we're going to hear from Stin for the first time since Wrestle Dream, so that will be fun. Timeless Tony Storm debuts her newest blockbuster film, so that will be that's going to be some fun stuff. That's all that it's announced for Dynamite at the moment. And for Rampage this week, we have the Mexico's pound for pound crowd match. It's going to be CMLL World Historic Middleweight Champion Mystico facing CMLL World Historic Welterweight Champion Rocky Romero. So I'm looking forward to that match. And then for Collision and Battle of the Belts 8, I told you we're going to have a loaded week next week. So for Collision, it's not on the website, but I know it's going to happen. Miro's going to take on Action Andretti. So that
Rest in piss.
Yeah, thanks.
Killed.
And on Battle of the Belts 8, we only know one title match right now. It's going to be the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass putting up the AEW World Trios Championships against Daniel Garcia, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand Ange. So that's
Has
going to
there
be
ever been a title change on Battle of the Belts?
a title change.
Yeah, has there ever been a title change on Battle of the Belts? Hold on.
Yeah, the TNT title change hands won. Sammy Guevara beat Scorpio Sky at Battle of the Belts for the TNT title.
Ew. So anyways.
Yeah, so there has been a title change, so but yeah, nothing else announced for Collision right now. They said they're gonna announce more matches on Dynamite this upcoming week. So we know one match is gonna happen to it Full Gear. MJF will put up the Triple B, the AEW World Championship against Jay White. That's gonna be taking place on November 18th. So that'll be some fun stuff right there. So it'll be good stuff. So yeah, we got some exciting stuff coming up from AEW. I hope Full Gear is the last AEW pay-per-view this year because I can't take another one. That's good. We're gonna have ROH.
If you look at the timeline of how each show was, a Revolution is usually on.
March.
All Out is usually on September.
Yep.
Double or Nothing is usually on January, February, March, April, May. And Full Gear is usually on November.
Yep.
So if they do another fucking pay-per-view after Full Gear, I'm quitting Spark.
Oh no. I'll have to hold you to that too. Like
no, you don't have to. Because I have nothing else better to do in my life right now.
There you go. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of Spoke. We still got an hour and a half out of this somehow.
That's
I thought, yeah. I mean, we didn't go as long as we normally did because we didn't have Dynamite to talk about this time around. But I thought we would only be going like an hour or something like that. We still got an hour and a half out of this. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Before we end this off, is there anything you want to, plug or promote?
The Autumn Tour is still going on, and right after the Autumn Tour, I'm probably going to do the Way Cut tournament. Either that, or like I might just try out some new concepts and all that stuff. Because one of the things I'm working on is it's a storyline with my main call. KNO / JK Miller, and I think I'm done with the script. All I gotta do is just edit the fucking video, and yeah. And another thing I might also promote is I am going to do my second ever highlight reel match, and I am debating who should be in the match. One of them I got a concept for, but I'm still debating. Yeah. So that's Frontline is coming back. I recorded the return episode right after the biggest events from Frontline. I gotta do the other one soon. And that's pretty much it. So yeah.
There you go. I got some stuff coming up. Obviously we'll be doing WWE Aftershock this week, covering all the stuff on week 42, so that'll be fun. We'll be doing Spoke again, covering the big week that's going to be Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, and Battle of the Belts 8. So, still can't believe there's been 8 Battle of the Belts. I don't know how that happened.
Battle of the Belts started in last year, apparently.
Yeah, there's been 8 of them since then, which is insane. And then we got some retros coming up. James and I will finally be doing Bash at the Beach. We'll have that recorded for you tomorrow, and that'll be up at some time. Chris Dodd and I are going to record Halloween Havoc 1995. We're going to record that Thursday. That will be up, potentially Friday. And then as of right now, the plan is for Chris Zero and I to record Halloween Havoc 1998 because,
I'm about to piss myself laughing if I wants to see the fucking match, bro.
Yep. because the match I think you're talking about is the reason we're picking it. So, you know. But yeah, so we got some exciting retros coming up, and then the go-home week of Crown Jewel week, we'll be doing Crown Jewel 2021. So we got some exciting stuff coming up. So just make sure you guys watch out for the channel. And that's pretty much it, guys. And since we're recording this in the past, we will talk to you guys in the future.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as AEW content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.